Hey everyone, the numbers are in for the Panama City Beach housing market, for the Panama City Beach Gulfront condo market, Gulfront housing. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I'm going to walk you through all of that pretty quick. I usually get these out right on the first of the month, but it's fun. I took my wife up. My wife's a big Michigan fan, so we went up and watched the game last weekend and stayed out of the the rest of the CFP mix. But what we're going to see is not unusual for this time of year. We're going to go through the numbers to check it out. It's not unusual. What you're going to see is not unusual for this time of year, but is probably a little more exaggerated than what we've seen in the last couple of years. And probably what I would stress right now, if you don't want to watch all the way to the end of the video, especially for people who are thinking about selling anytime soon. The numbers that we're going to look at are really going to show that we're in that much more of a challenging market for sellers. So marketing becomes that much more important. Let me throw two statistics at you. Homes and condos marketed with video are seen online 403% more often than those without. So think about that. Homes and condos marketed with video are seen online 403% more often than properties that don't have video. And when we're talking about marketing with video, this is just like what we used to talk about with photos. It's not someone walking through just recording a TikTok with a cell phone. Just like with photography, when you take photos of real estate for marketing, it isn't taking a cheap camera and just shoot photos by yourself. It's hiring a professional with professional equipment, professional skill set, so that you get the most brilliant looking photos. Same thing applies to videography. There's a big difference between carrying around a phone and sort of talking about a few things, or bringing in a professional videography team who has editors and all of those things. So something else, homes, condos marketed with 3D tours sell 28% faster than those without. So if you're not familiar with this, there are a couple companies that make it, one in particular that stands out, but it actually gives you a 3D model where you can physically walk through a property with a floor plan, layout, dimensions, and all of that. So think about it. If you're going to sell this time of year or in a challenging market, even in the next few months, do you want to have a video attached to your marketing? Do you want to have 3D tours attached to your marketing? Think about that before you're going to sell. All right, let's go. Last bit of housekeeping. If you like the video updates, if you like following all the property tours that we do market with video. Just hit the subscribe button here. Maybe share this video or channel with anybody else who you think wants to keep up to date with the Panama City Beach real estate market. All right. Starting with the detached single family market, we're going to go there first and then go into condos. We're going to only focus on months of inventory. I want to give you a quick overview of what's going on since it's not a terribly active market, but not surprising. Remember, 5 or 6 months of inventory represents a neutral or balanced market. Anything over 5 or 6 months is a slower market, buyer market. The longer we stay there, you may see some pressure on pricing, all those kind of things. We're going to go through a few different charts. This number is going to change. The scale of the chart is going to change chart to chart, so pay attention to that. The overall detached single family market in Panama City Beach has moved up from August at 4.25 up to 5.6, 6.39, and in November we're up to 7.84. So pretty clearly into buyer market territory, but not deep into it. It's not unusual this time of year. Here's January through December last year to see a little bit more inventory in the market. A little bit fewer transactions are happening, so it's not terribly unusual to see. But if you are selling this time of year, remember those things we just talked about earlier. We're in a tougher market, so make sure you pull out all the stops on marketing. I think it's worth stressing also that not all markets are created equal. This is the Gulfront condo or the Gulfront housing market. Same idea. It's slowed down, but look, we're talking about being at 15 or 16 months of inventory in that market. So a little bit slower right now. If you look at the detached single family market from $275,000 to $500,000, different price point. Yes, it's still a little bit slower this time of year, but we're only at 4.18, 4.55. More of a neutral market there than quite a more sluggish market in the Gulfront market. And think about that for just a second. Your marketing strategies would be, and your pricing strategies specifically, would be pretty different if you're pricing something that's at 15 months of inventory versus 5 months of inventory. So make sure when it is time to sell that you're analyzing the data for your specific submarket, because it can be very, very different. Again, if you look at Breakfast Point, which would have been one of the hottest markets in 2021, early 2022, it's now moved up to 20 months of inventory. It had been a little better than that, 9.5, 4.75 recently, but a really, really slow month and more inventory on the market moved it up to 20. Again, these numbers are changing all the time, so it's important to just stay on top of them. If we look in the Gulfront condo market, inventory's moved up from 6.7 in the last few months to 9.75. So similar story to the overall housing market, a little bit softer. Definitely into buyer market territory there. If you look at some of the specific markets, these are the Gulfront markets that are built, units that are built before 2004. And check this out. This is a little surprising. 6.9 months, 8.23. This market actually improved in November. 6.97, a little bit stronger than the average market. So if you're looking at condos that are built before 2004, that market is not as much of a buyer's market, slight buyer's market, I should say. If you're selling a condo that's built before 2004, you can probably be a little bit more aggressive on pricing than if, look at this, if you were built after 2005, look at these numbers, 5.7, 7.42, up to 13.8. So a softer market in the units that are built after 2004. Probably dig into that a little more if I had a little more time, because there's some things that will skew those numbers a little bit. Like the Shores of Panama has a lot of units on the market right now, and that can certainly skew the numbers a little bit. If you look at some specific buildings, just to stress that there can be some differences here. Calypso, which back in March was at 2.67 months of inventory, has slowed down all the way to 25, and this is taking into account all three towers. But if you look right next door, Aqua, the last numbers we can pick up there, 6 months of inventory, 12 months of inventory. So still slower, but look at the difference, 25 months of inventory in one project, 12 months of inventory somewhere else. Newer condos maybe a little softer, older condos a little bit more active. So a couple takeaways for you, especially for those of you thinking about selling at any point. As you can see, the numbers can show us a lot of different things depending on what condo project you're in, depending on which neighborhood you're in. And again, you're going to hear me stress this a lot going into 2024. Homes and condos marketed with video are seen online 403% more often than those without. Homes and condos marketed with 3D tours sell 28% faster or sooner than those marketed without. So again, remember a couple years ago, we whispered house for sale, condo for sale, and you would have 5 offers in the first day. Maybe not quite that much, but in some cases that was happening. It's a different time. We're back to sort of good old-fashioned real estate where homes and condos are going to be out there a little bit longer. We're competing more. Buyers have a lot more choices. So when you have statistics like those ones I'm mentioning, make sure that you're thinking about that when you're getting your condo or house put up for sale. Make sure you're demanding professional photography for sure, professional videography, professional 3D tours. All those things matter. And when you're setting your price, you're really, really digging into the numbers, and not just to see the overall market. You're really digging into your neighborhood or condo project. So I hope that helps you. This will be the last update for 2023. Wow, that's tough to believe. We'll see you right at the beginning of 2024 with a really detailed wrap for those of you who are on the specific condo and neighborhood lists. I'm going to do a 2023 overview of each neighborhood, each condo project, so that you guys can be familiar with that. So happy holidays, happy preliminary new year. Believe it or not, it's only early December. Feels weird to say that, but we'll talk to you soon. Hope this helps. Again, I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Thanks for watching.